forgot to block you out, but you're there on camera already, matey. I pressed the wrong button. Not to worry, yes. Just pretend he's not there. Where's my webcam? There it is. Ah, finally. That's funny. Right, I'll hide you. There you go. There you go, you're hidden, mate. Right, let's pretend you're not there, yeah?
Yeah.
Right. Greetings, Tube of Views. Yes, it's Yellowbelly here. Please, please, please let me know that you can hear me, etc. Yes, too late, I've seen everything. Yeah, so just let me know on the audio levels, guys. Boom, 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 boom. Can hear you all fine and dandy. Thank you there, Pete the Walker. Super. Well, you know who my guest is, but I'm just going to leave that image on for you to take in of his lover. Super, super. Thank you, Sir Novolog. Right. So I'll just do a quick greetings to everybody in the chat, as is the norm. Which is first in Pete Walker. Good to see you, Pete the Walker. Now, you make sure you look after that horse of mine. We've got FC Den Haag. Yes, Guy of the Den of Haag. But make sure you look after that club. It's really, really important. We have Johnny B, of course. He with all the advice. And have you managed to escape that widow yet? We've got Brian the Hooper. Good to see you as well, sir. And we have 80s Retro Gamer saying good evening all. Superb. We have the one and only Lady Andrea Wyatt, my comrade in arms. And let's have a look. We have, now everybody give some love to Joe Cook in the chat. Send us some love hearts, because that's the Simon's other half. So let's embarrass her. And yeah, so especially when we start getting all his secrets out, that'll be awesome. We've got, of course, DVD Film Bloke. Good to see you, buddy. And Retro and Lim. Hello, Medic and Lim. How are you, sir? How are you? Vaccinating people, I hope, like you do in the book. There's a reason for you to buy it. And scooting through now, and we have yes, everybody. Jason Grant, welcome, Jason. Good to see you. Good to see you. Of course, we have the one and only Phil Marshall in the house. Phil Marshall Novabug. More reason now to get your merch, folks. In the description, you know what I'm talking about. Oh, suitably embarrassed. Hey, yeah. There we go. So fantastic, fantastic. Have I missed anybody? I don't think so. No, we're all present. I'm sure people will, more people will turn up. So without further ado, I shall bring my guest on now, seeing as how I've totally cocked up that intro, as I tend to do. But please, everybody, give a warm welcome to the one and only Simon the Green. Well, mate, what can I say? What can I say? You look stunning.
Thanks very much. I mean, after that complete cock-up earlier, I had to change my identity.
Yes, that's fine. That's fine. You look absolutely fabulous, darling.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely fabulous. Yeah, I would have put a bit more makeup on myself, but well, you know me. Everybody's seen that. So yes, but nice wig, yeah. And you have to keep that on now for the rest of the stream.
Goodbye.
But please, everybody, welcome him. Welcome the one and only Simon the Green. So, who unfortunately doesn't last long in the book. I'm sorry to say.
Oh, I haven't got that part yet.
Well, you haven't read the thing yet, so you know, yeah. But not to worry. But not to worry. Right, what's everybody drinking? I'm on the old bitter. I'm not a big drinker, but I have been recently. You're on Sports Direct. There we go.
Nice cup of tea.
A nice cup of chai.
Oh.
Yeah. There we go.
Already.
Yeah, too warm already. Yeah. Welcome to my world, mate. Oh dear. Well, it's been a while getting you on, mate, but we got there in the end.
Yeah, there's been lots of people before me. That's the trouble. I mean,
Yeah.
I put my list like months ago.
I know we keep trying to get everything sorted, but we got there in the end, and plus stupid things like work getting in the way. But you're here now, mate. You're here. That's what's important, and hopefully you have the love of your life with you.
I do, yes. Mr. Walker is going to get very, very excited, so get his tissues ready. Ladies and gentlemen, Flossie!
Oh, yeah, she definitely deserves a round of applause. Welcome, Flossie.
There you go. We'll stick Flossie over there so everyone can see it.
Yeah, there we go. So we've got Flossie there on camera. So yes, yeah. Sorry, Joe. You have been replaced by the looks of it, but not to worry. Well, how you feeling, mate? All right, yeah.
Not too bad, mate. Not too bad. Not too bad. I hope everyone's had a nice chilled out weekend.
Yeah, me too. Me too. And yeah, hi, Flossie. Here come the Flossies. Yeah. Well, I did try and get Flossie on her own for an interview, guys, but you know, Simon just wasn't up for sharing.
No.
Yeah. I said, yeah, I didn't say sharing. I said sharing.
Is it Joe saying, "Yeah, I'm not the love of his life. It's a sheep."
Oh, well done. So there we go. So, as everybody knows, I like to ease it in nice and gentle, just so people can just get used to the feel of it. And yes, matron. And what I would like to be... Simon seems to be echoing, does he? Are you echoing? Might just be your ears, mate. Or it might be doubling up through my microphone. So, not a lot I can do about that. So what I like to do, as I said, is ease it in, nice and gentle, so it's nice and comfortable and no surprises. And to start with something simple like sweets. Now, with sweets, it's the thing we lived on as children, and we didn't have that green vegetation stuff. We lived on sweets. Our bodies ran on the chemicals, etc., provided by sweets. Now, Simon's given me his choice of sweets. Now, where's my list? You know, it'd be better if I organised myself, you know. So, there it is, right. So, what I would like to do first is cover... Where's that gone? I've lost one already. After I downloaded it, but not to worry. Right, well, what I shall do is start off with ice cream, actually. Now, this is something I never knew about. I never knew about until I researched it. Can you explain what it is, sir?
This is, to the untrained eye, this just looks like an ice lolly shoved in top of a 99. But its proper name is called a Popeye. No idea why. But I remember as a kid, that's basically what we lived off on the ice cream van. We go, can I have a Popeye, please? And they proceed to the E numbers of back in the 70s and 80s.
Do you know why they called it that?
Sorry?
Do you have any idea why they called it a Popeye?
Absolutely no idea.
The only thing I can think of is you try and eat the ice cream and the ice lolly pops your eye out.
Could be. You're like a modern day Columbo, aren't you?
Well, this is it, mate. You know, the stuff that goes on here in this head, you wouldn't believe. You know, and one more thing. Yeah. But yeah. So I assume Popeye, as it was a special of Mr. Whippy. By the looks of it, what I'll do is I'll bring this down so it's not interfering with the chat too much. But yeah, there it is, Popeye. It's bottom one with an orange lolly sticking out of it. Which is quite funny, really, because 9 times out of 10, ice cream vans also played the Popeye tune. So
yeah, even the green sleeves.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, yeah. So yeah, so this was obviously something that was special. So did you sustain any injuries eating any of this?
Not that I'm aware of, no.
Just the usual brain freeze, maybe?
That's so long ago. I can't remember that stuff. It's either Popeye or it's either the Screwball.
Oh yeah, Screwball. Now Screwball
with a ball of gum at the bottom.
Yeah, now you're talking my language, because I was a Screwball fanboy in the 70s. We actually used to get dinner money for school. And 9 times out of 10, the ice cream van used to pull into the schoolyard where I lived, and we would just spend it on that rather than proper food.
Yeah, they definitely wouldn't do that these days.
Oh, no. No, they're too busy chasing each other. And under control of the mob, the ice cream vans. Yeah. There we go. People say Mr. Whippy using good old Mr. Whippy. Yeah. That's old Screwball for me. Yeah. I hated Comets. So. Yeah, they played Screen Slaves. Yeah. Pete Walker can't remember the last time he ate ice cream, apparently. Yeah. Yeah. Nature is shit. Yeah, not proper food. And the Mr. T, I remember those as well. Well done. Now, I did have a picture for it, but it's disappeared. But it is up there on your shelf. Let's have a look. And it's the old Jawbreakers.
The Fireball Jawbreaker.
Yes, tell me about those, sir.
So, definitely when I was in sort of secondary school, because you used to get the huge, big sort of gobstoppers, and you spend a week trying to get through that thing. But now the Fireball Jawbreakers were much more consumable in a shorter period, shall we say? Plus, they had I don't know what the flavouring was in it. It was either like a ginger or something like that, but it was, you sort of go through the different layers and you get sort of different intensities of heat coming out of it. And glad to say, never actually broke my jaw.
Yeah, false advertising there, I think, because I don't think anybody's actually broken the jaw, unless anybody in the chat knows different. But no, I'm sure definitely false advertising. Yeah, and were you a biter or a sucker?
Always a sucker, darling.
Well, that wig on, happy days. But yeah,
Oh, stop it!
Yeah, I used to suck, obviously, until I got right near to the centre, and then when finally I had enough power in my jaws to break through it, then I'd chew it. So, but happy days. And then, of course, another favourite. Now, this one's got a video to it, so I shall play the video. And yes, I think everybody will recognise this. I can't believe how much these are nowadays.
Here, my brother and my friends have found a way to make 3 pence last forever. Oh, curly whirly. It out-chews. Yeah, that's what it does. It out-chews everything for 3 pence. How old and how much is that vase?
It's 1,000 years old and worth £10,000.
Ha-ha! This curly whirly, with all its miles of chewy tommy, covered in creamy Cadbury's chocolate, is 10 minutes old and costs 3 penny. Of course, you can't stick flowers in it. Ha-ha! But you can't chew a vase. My friends are very frightened of the constraint of it, but do not worry, they won't be able to scream because I've given them a curly whirly. And all those miles of chewy toffee covered in creamy Cadbury's chocolate will keep them quiet. Right, are you ready? Look, go! Right, content. Which one do you scream?
There we go. Yes, good old Curly Whirly with Terry Scott doing the thing. Who played Penfold in Danger Mouse. If people might have recognised the voice. And of course, we was in Terry and June as well, but that's for those old gits. Well, yeah, Curly Whirly. What's so special about them?
Well, for one, they used to be like bigger than your head.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was. I remember as a kid, with sort of. This was back in the day before everyone had a car in the house, and we used to walk like 15 miles to go shopping, and I would sort of buy us a treat for the epic journey back home. And one of the things would be a curly whirly, because that would just last the entire way. But yeah, as I think other guys have been on here, they said, no, as with everything, they just get smaller and smaller and smaller. I mean, some of it is obviously we're bigger now.
Well, yeah.
But curly whirlies back then were literally just like huge slab of caramel, toffee, and chocolate, and yeah, you could do some serious damage with one of those. Whereas now it's just like, what's that?
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, there's definitely a size issue, and of course the price issue as well. It's like Pete can't believe they were 3p. Can you remember when they were 3p?
Probably way back, yeah, when they came out.
Yeah, I can. I certainly can. And then, but yeah, I don't know what they are now, but like you said, they're not even half the size now. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, shrink everything down and put the prices up.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, another favourite is what they do is usually they tell you that you've got 30% extra, but it's actually the same size, and then the next one they bring out is smaller for the same price. That's another trick they play. But yeah, they were excellent. Yeah, so somebody owes that. Mr. Hooper remembers when they were 6p. There you go. So yeah. And like 80s Retro Gamer said, look at the size they were. Yeah, look at how big they were, definitely. Yeah, they were certainly big ones. So there we go. There we go. Anything else to mention about sweets, sir?
Yeah, it's obviously far too many. April fruits, I mean, don't see them anymore, do you?
Well, no, you don't. You don't at all.
Oh, was it Starburst?
Yeah. Yeah, they changed it to Starburst, didn't they? Yeah, I don't know why they did that. Oh, it's bizarre. Well, not to worry. April fruits made to make your mouth water. There you go. For some people that might remember that. So, what we shall do now is move on. So, we'll move on to the big screen. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Aha. So we've got a bigger screen now, and you'll have to excuse, guys, but the amount of colours I've got, I had to choose black for the text, but I didn't realise that some of words might disappear on the TV screen behind us, but not to worry. Not to worry. So, mate, there you go. You're Joe, made to make your mouth water. Now, Joe, do I make your mouth water, hon? You did pre-warn her, didn't you? What I was like, I hope.
What?
I hope you pre-warned your wife what a flirt I was.
Well, yeah.
Not to worry. Right. Okay, so what we're going to do now is move on to one of my favourite subjects. My favourite subject, which is toys, of course. Now, I've managed to get videos, etc., and all that. Philip, behave yourself. Yes. Yeah. That's the... Yes, we'll choose your first toy. I shall play the video, and then you can discuss it with me, sir. Well, you can actually discuss it while we're playing it, if you wish. Of course, it's Action Man, and more importantly... And please tell me that's the right one.
That is the right one, yeah. The Action Man Pursuit Craft.
There we go. So tell me about the Pursuit Craft. When did you get it? Roughly.
Yeah, well, it was a Christmas present, I think.
Mm-hmm.
It was just like taking it out of the box, having to build it all up. and just have hours of fun. Because obviously, as you can see there, it just looks like, I don't know, kind of a floating, flying vehicle of sorts. But it also has the cool feature in that the wings sit upwards, so it can then do like vertical takeoffs.
Oh. And it had a storage compartment, I believe.
Little storage compartment, yeah, in the back there.
Yeah. And it had a working winch.
It did. I can't remember. I think it was on the, just on the back of it. Yeah, that was it.
Yeah. And what did you actually did you use the winch
I probably
rescue
would have done, yeah.
to rescue fellow action men?
Action men or women, or action anything in between the two.
Action people.
Action persons.
Yeah, action person. Oh no, hang on, no, because that kind of discriminates against the furries who don't class themselves as people.
Action things.
Yes.
Action inserts. Yeah.
But yeah, it all came apart as well, didn't it? Yeah.
So you could sort of turn it into like a little car. So how it propelled itself along with clearly no engine on it. Who knows?
It was in your imagination.
One thing I don't think I ever did with it was to see if it would actually float.
So it never ended up in the sink or in the bath?
No.
Oh, dear me.
It just start to peel off.
Oh, dear. Yeah, it's true, there is that. Yeah. Oh, no, I can guarantee the majority of my toys used to go in the bath with me when I was a kid, yeah. So, because I had Action Man. I had Eagle Eyes Action Man. So,
yeah.
Yeah.
I think I had it so probably the early 90s, and I think I sold it at the car boot sale.
Oh, gutted. But it's worth a fortune now.
Probably.
Yeah. Do you still have any? Do you still have any other bits of these, or?
Used to have various outfits for Action Man, but yeah, I don't think I had anything, any sort of large accessories that went with him.
Superb. Okay, so I'll just knock that off, and we'll move on to your next toy, sir. Now let's have a look at this one. Now, even though it's slightly electronic, this was Pinball Wizard by Grandstand.
Yes.
Please tell me you still have this.
It's still at my mum's house.
Oh, superb.
I think it does still work as well. I was going to try and get it over here so I can tell it, but...
Yeah. Oh, yeah, fantastic. Well,
maybe an hour on the living room floor.
So, when did you get this? Was it a Christmas, birthday, or...?
This was it was a Christmas present for all the family. I believe it came from good old Woolworths.
Good old Woolies.
Yeah. Back in the day, yeah, it was just the noise it makes is quite horrific.
Yeah.
It's but for the time, it was cutting edge.
Of course it was, yeah. I mean, it's like pinball at home. It's so cool. I remember seeing this in Woolies. I remember seeing it in catalogues or something similar in catalogues, and I wanted one, but I never got one. But everybody say "ah" in the chat. Ah, I didn't get one. So, but yeah. There you go. Kev Hal had it. Kev Hal had one of them. So, somebody just said, who was it there? Said something. This was a massive upgrade over Tommy's Atomic Pinball. There you go. So, yeah. Can you imagine that noise for hours on end as a parent? Yeah. Which brings me nicely to something myself and my brother occasionally. He's got a little one, and when I had a little one, and we used to deliberately buy the noisiest toys we could for for the kids, just to piss them off. So
Yeah, I did that with my sister and my nieces and nephews. We'd always buy them either a little drum set or
yes,
a really loud keyboard, or
yeah, well, yeah, and definitely one that the batteries that hard to get to and last forever. And they've got no volume controllers either; it's just on. But
that is part of the job of being an uncle.
Yeah, of course it is. Yeah, Uncle Norbert. Yeah, so you're right. So you're right. Now then, we shall. Yeah. It was called the in the UK, it was called the Tommy Astro Pinball. All right, there you go. Let's have a look. Now, just a simple picture, because I could have downloaded hours and hours and hours, and hi Anna, of videos on this, but I thought, no, you tell the story of Lego.
Lego. Growing up as a kid in the 70s and 80s, we didn't have a lot of money, but we did have like a small box of Lego, and it's just the best thing to just let your imagination just create something. And one of the things I do recall making, as actually ties in with one of my TV programs, which is Space 1999. I used to make the communicators that they used in that out of Lego. and as I got a bit older, one Christmas I got a Technic Lego, which was a car, and in fact I still have that. It's up in the loft, and I'll be missing a few bits, but it was just so detailed. It would take days to build it. I mean, sort of, proper working steering. You saw the engine pistons move and everything like that, and it was just fascinating. And all these years later, I still have Lego. In fact, it's again one of the things we'll talk about later on. It's from a big film franchise. It's the biggest Lego set that I own. It's over 4,000 pieces in it, and I've yet to find enough time and space to sit down and build it. But yeah. I mean, I've always been good with my hands. Yeah. Oh, matron indeed. Yeah, but no, it's like I say, it's just. I mean, that's why it's still so popular now. It's just a simple concept, but children's imagination just explodes with it. You can literally make anything out of it, and yeah, it's possibly the simplest but the most effective toy for children and sort of expanding their imaginations, I think.
Now, I'll put this to the chat now. Yeah, I've sorted it now. Sorry about that. Yeah, I've seen it. I had my mic on mute. Would you say, now I'm going to put it to the chat, would you say that Lego is the most successful toy of all time? Yeah. So
Simple.
Let's see what the chat says about that. So I'm putting that to you, chat. Do you think that Lego is the most successful toy of all time? So DVD says yeah. Maud says yeah. Yeah. Yeah, everybody's saying yeah. Hi Maud. How's my farm doing? Hi Alex.
Joe's saying, "Love my Barbies back in the fast." What?
What? Is that fast or fist?
Probably drinking again.
Yeah, have a drink, Joe.
Day.
Yeah. Also, yeah, Joe. Don't worry about it, love. Also tight. We know. We understand. Yeah, Lego is awesome and versatile. It is, love. Yeah, it definitely is. Yeah, that's all right, buddy. Yeah, definitely. So we move on from.
One quick thing before we do.
Oh, is this something to show? Right.
There's something to show you.
Oh, right, hang on. Let me go full screen. Bush.
Full screen.
There you go.
It was a Valentine's Day gift, or was it birthday? I can't remember. It was one of the two. No, it's Valentine's. See, I do remember stuff, Joe. Honest.
Yeah. Was it off the missus or somebody else?
But she did me this little thing.
Oh, superb. Absolutely brilliant.
Back on the back.
Yeah, look at the backpack.
Oh.
Oh, that is so cute. That's so cute. Now, I have to ask about the purple hair. Did your Valentine have purple hair at the time?
Yeah, Joe does have this amazing, actually, it's like a rainbow coloured wig. Because we do lots of crazy things, parties and stuff like that, always dressing up with stuff. So we've quite the wardrobe for...
Yeah. I'll just translate that to the audience. It's called swinging.
I'd just like to say we do not have a papaya grass in the front garden. We're keeping the back garden, but...
Yeah, indeed. Yes. Moving on swiftly. There we go. I'll go back to the big screen now. And we'll go on to electronic toys now. Yes, those things we use. Yeah. Good that you have some left. Let's have a look what people are saying. Yeah. I had loads. My gran started selling them when I got older, so I'm lucky to have any left. Oh, bless, love. Bless. Well, yes, it's it. Unfortunately, Lego soon loses its appeal when you stand on it 100 times from your kids leaving it.
It is the arch enemy of every parent.
It is. And Anna's asking if you've got a bowl for all the car keys.
Well, Anna, you'll have to come and find out.
Yeah. Joe's complaining that we went from Valentine's to swinging. Welcome to my channel, Joe. This is pretty much it all the way through on, I'm afraid. But we shall swiftly move on now that we've embarrassed your wife. On to this little contraption, which should be appearing on your screen, sir.
Ah, there we go. Yes, this is the Donkey Kong watching game. Which again, it's one of those things. It's somewhere in the house. I spend hours and hours and hours just playing this, and even just talking about, I can still sort of remember the constant blip, 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 blip.
Yeah. Hopefully, it's the audio's coming through of the blip blips. Just to annoy everybody. So, was this a travel companion for long journeys?
Yeah, and so again, it's just one of those things that just was around the house as a kid, and there'd be regular fights as to who's going to play it and stuff. But I think somewhere I have still got the original one that we had as kids.
Ah, super! Worth a bit of money now, mate. So should be out and on display. Yeah, should be out on display. What you need to do, is turn your living room into a game room. Or literally kick the wife out. and have it. Yeah. Yeah, you're with me. And just to have all these things on display. Joe's saying she's got her own horny old sod, so she's okay. Well, okay. And do you know about this horny old sod she's been seeing?
I think that's called me.
All right. Okay. Are you sure? Oh dear. You'll get used to us, Joe. This is how we roll. But it's a classic. It's do you mind me asking? You had siblings?
I have two sisters, one older, one younger.
Okay. So, let's be honest now. Which one could beat you up to get the toy?
Probably my older sister.
Your older sister. And did she?
Probably not,
Oh.
because I'm actually the tallest in the family.
Oh, well, there you go. There you go. So, but would she fight with you to get these toys?
Yeah, quite often. They're like, "No, I want to play it," and rip it out of your hands and run away. And so, whatever.
All right. So there wasn't a lot of sibling violence going on like there was in my house.
Not that I can remember, but then that could have just been just constant concussion. I can't remember.
Well, yeah, no, like I said, the you've actually had to repress those memories for your own sanity. But yeah, cracking game and watch. I know Mr. Zypho himself has a huge collection of these things, and yeah, awesome. Let's move on to another one. Now, this is one we'd quickly discussed beforehand, and I completely picked the wrong one because a certain person told me it was made by Binatone, and it turns out it wasn't. So, but it's the old Pong, and everybody knows the Pong. So what you're going to have to do now is show us the one you had, which you still have, I believe.
I do. It's made by that well-known company called Princetronic.
Yeah.
And there she blows.
There she blows. So if you can get that closer to the camera, we can have a quick... There we go. So, yeah. So it had gun games as well, did it?
Yeah, it's got, was it Target 1 and Target 2? I don't think we ever had the gun attachment for it.
Okay.
We had these very high quality joystick things.
Yeah, like paddles, yeah?
Yeah, so that just the top on that.
I get you. Yeah. Very high quality, that. And can you remember where that was bought from?
Again, it was probably from Woolies.
Probably Woolies. Yeah.
Or Goose back in the day.
Okay. Now, was this the kind of thing that I'll just zip back to that screen? This the kind of toy that caused arguments in the family?
Not so much, because obviously two of us could play it at the time. So, yeah, it would have been probably more of an argument with the parents because they wanted to watch something on TV.
I guess.
And we had to plug it in and tune it in and sit there while they missed Coronation Street or something.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, no, I understand that. That was his 50th birthday gift from a younger sister. There you go. According to Joe.
What was it? Gift from the sister. I can remember that. No idea what she's talking about. Who is this woman?
Oh, it's your stalker. There we go. Superb. Right, so we'll move on to that one. Now, this one I'd never heard of. And you were really going to have to explain to me how on earth you play it. From the video I've got, it's literally just stick these two plastic things in. Well, I assume it's a tactical game, so please explain.
Right, this is that very well-known game called, what's it, The Generals. And yeah, as you see, you have these bits of plastic, so it's kind of like a chessboard. And I can't remember how you play it, but you obviously go up against. You can't see what you're going up against, and the only way to decide who wins that fight is you place them onto those areas which have got like pins on them. Mm-hmm. Then on the underside of the pieces there are bits of plastic that will press down a combination of pins. And was it the sound it used to make was da 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 da, 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 that sort of simple noise. And yeah, I probably played it a fair bit back in the day, but yeah, it's something that would have been actually I think probably about 3 years ago we got rid of it.
Oh.
And had a look out on eBay just to see if they still existed in that sort of realm, and they do, and they come on quite a high price. So I'm just like, oh,
it's another dull moment. Yeah.
but it's a game I had, but yeah, I played it, but yeah, it's just bizarre because I've never heard anyone talk about it or mention it ever since.
Yeah, it's a strange one. I've seen, while I was doing the research on it, there's a video game version of it. So, yeah, it was more popular in America than it was here in the UK, for obvious reasons. So, yeah. But yeah, it's certainly worth having a look. And again, that's the only problem. You keep seeing the old stuff you've had, like it says there. I hate seeing my old stuff going on eBay for a small fortune. It's heartbreaking. I agree. Absolutely agree. You're shitting at, Anna. What, have you sold what? Have you got rid of one as well? And you had one as well, and it's worth a fortune, and you've just realised. Took it to the charity shop.
Somebody else had that game? No.
Possibly. But yeah. No worries, right. So, which brings us swiftly on to now, we're on to electronic games. Now, this is going to take me a little while to set up, so if you wanted to just have a quick check through the chat while I set this up, because hopefully...
I take it Pete likes my t-shirt. Best of 1971. I'm as old as new money.
Now, hopefully this should be appearing on the screens. And hopefully it'll work for me. I had to reset up the controls and things, but of course this was a game, an arcade game for you, sir.
Yep, it was the go-to arcade cabinets. Every time I went to an arcade, I was always look out for the arcade for the Defender.
Yeah,
arcade cabinet.
Which is completely understandable. It was an awesome game, and the effect... Ah, shit, he says dying. The effects on it were amazing for the day. Can you remember what year it was, roughly?
Oh, Defender would have been late 70s?
Yeah. So I thought, yeah.
Something like that. But yeah, definitely played it a lot during the 80s.
Yeah.
And,
now, yeah, this is one of my go-tos. Usually I have the controls set up better than this. Game over.
You see, the only way I've been able to sort of experience this again is by building a Retro Pi arcade cabinet.
Yeah. I've got it on my Retro Pi.
It does take a beating. So you've got to have your proper joysticks and buttons. You're literally just making the stick frantically and you're just hammering away on the buttons.
Yeah, makes you want... Ah, shit, you bastard. Makes you want to have a quick fire button. A rapid fire button. What?
Yeah, it's never the same playing it on an Amstrad or anything like that. Because, it's just not the same.
No, definitely not. No, you can't beat it at all. You can't beat it. It's one of my fave games, to be honest. Me arcade games. When I go Blackpool or whatever, arcadey, I always have a crack on the arcade machine. It's awesome. Absolutely awesome. So, can you remember where you first played it?
I think it was probably a swimming pool or something like that. Yeah, because they'd always have the arcades in the cafe at the local swimming pool. So that and Pac-Man and Asteroid, all those sort of games.
Yeah.
Take money along and just throw it into the machines and spend hours just playing it.
Yeah. I mean, that reminds me because a lot of the time, a lot of swimming pools or leisure centres would have arcade machines in the cafe bit. And that's when I first encountered, back in the 70s, Space Invaders.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, that was the thing back then. Now, obviously, WinApe will be put on for a couple of games. Amstrad, when did you get your Amstrad, sir?
I got my Amstrad, it would have been Christmas of '84.
So one of the originals. It didn't have a 12-pack, did it?
Yeah, it had a 12-pack.
Oh, I had the 12-pack.
Yeah, I had the colour monitor with it as well. So it was an original tool key.
Mm-hmm.
To which I still have in my possession today.
Fantastic. That's the one thing. You're very lucky because 9 times out of 10, it disappeared because the parents would pass it on to somebody or sell it on. That's what happened to my original Amstrad. My mum decided to sell it to one of the neighbours because I had a Mega Drive at the time. Well, not realising I didn't want to get rid of it because it meant so much to me. But not to worry. You're lucky to have your original one. So, what drew you to the Amstrad rather than the other 8-bits?
Like I said, it was a Christmas present which was bought by my elder sister for me.
Right. So there was no choice.
It was just Christmas Day, opening it up, setting it all up, and that was my first experience of having a computer at home.
Mm-hmm.
Now, up to that point, it had always been at school or around a friend's house or something like that. But it was just like as I was at 84, I would have been 13, 14 years old.
Yeah. Are you a 71 or a 70 kid?
71?
70. Oh, yeah, of course, the T-shirt. Yeah, 71. I'm 70, so I'm older than you.
Yeah, I can tell.
Yeah, I lived in Wales, mate. My paper round was up hills. Well, so I look better in a dress.
So one of the games I used to play a lot out of the 12-pack that you got with it was Electro Freddy. I think that came with the 12-pack.
No, it didn't. No, it definitely didn't come with a 12-pack.
So it must have been, I either bought it afterwards or it was bought for me. But yeah, me and my younger sister would play this for hours.
Yeah.
It's just a simple game.
It is a simple game, but it's a good game. Oh, you bastard. He said simple game and then gets hit by a Spectrum. A blue Spectrum in that case. These Spectrums are blue. Oh, shit. And then I got trotted by something else then. I don't know what that was. It was a white computer. Come on, over there, Sir Clive. Over there, Sir Clive, so I can get over there. Oh, he's being a twat. Well, he knows what I want. I'm trying to lure him over here, so come on, over there, so I can get over there. Oh, custard. Right, here we go. Yeah, it's a simple game, but it's a fun game. It's easy to pick up, and you're pretty much... Oh, shit, you bastard. Sir Clive Sinclair got me again. Not sorry. No, fair play to you, mate. Yeah, it's a good game. It's a good game, and we had a lot worse, didn't we?
Well, I can't have you knocking possibly the greatest game ever, of which Nova Bugman is all about.
What, Bridget?
Bridget.
Yeah, Bridget's the best of all round. That's why I wouldn't dream of knocking that. I wouldn't dream of it at all. I'm still waiting, and it's going to happen. It's going to happen. There will be a Bridget off between Novabug and Zypho. It will happen. I guarantee it. So, possibly at an event about to be announced. Yeah, that's
Be pretty awesome.
yeah, that'd be something definitely worth seeing. Definitely worth seeing. So now the other game you chose, which is going to be a bastard for me to load up, just because it's a CPM game. So I have to hit that, and then hit that, and then remember which button is. Yeah, there it is. CPM. Now, this is the Gremlin one, and it's, well, you tell us about this game while I try and figure it out and get my controls working.
This is a game that, during my latter teenage years, I would play quite a lot because one of the things I enjoy watching is Formula One, and I've sort of been watching it since the early 90s. Back when they could race and yeah, not like it is these days. But yeah, Nigel Mansell's World Championship, and actually, I made myself a custom controller for this because it was just boring trying to either use the keyboard or a joystick, and you're constantly pressing the fire button because that's what you have to do to move forwards.
Yeah.
So I think I actually got it was an Atari 2600 joystick.
Mm-hmm.
And I put a jack, like a mono jack into it, and I had a foot switch, which you sit on the floor, plug into the joystick, so I could do the steering on the joystick, but then I could do the accelerating with my foot, with the foot pedal.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's one of those. You just spend hours just playing it. Once I'd simplified, not breaking my thumbs, having to constantly hold down the fire button. Yeah, it was a much easier game to play.
Just inserts.
Yeah, because there's obviously I think there's, as we were discussing earlier, there's been a couple of versions of Nigel Mansell games.
Yeah, there was Grand Prix and then this one, World Championships, and I did ask you which one it was because I wasn't sure. This one's in mode 1. It's a mode 1 game.
Yeah.
The other one was in mode 0. So let's have a crack. Why is it not working? No, it is working. It's just me.
Yeah. Fire button.
Yeah. Press the fire button. Yeah, it's the other one. You have to. The other one you couldn't have it in auto. So one thing I noticed of this game is you don't have to use your brake at all, and you can pretty much just keep your finger on the fire button all the way through it. So accelerate. Nice mode 1 graphics, if it a little bit on the blue side. Certainly quick enough. A little bit jerky, but what's to be expected in mode what? Yeah, nice little game. It needs somebody who knows what they're doing to be playing it rather than myself. So, was this? He says, "Look, I'm all over the road on this. God, I'm hopeless." So again, was this like your first foray into racing games, or had you experienced like 3D Grand Prix and all
that? From this, yeah, like most people probably then went into PC gaming. I think the game we used to play on the PC was Jeff Hammond's Grand Prix. And then as the years went on, PlayStation comes out, playing the Formula One game on that, and I knew people that would literally on the PlayStation version would do a full race distance on it, and it's just like, yeah, I'll just do like a 25% version because that suits me fine.
Yeah, because I've got a life. Yeah.
Over the years, and had your Gran Turismo and games like that come out.
Yeah.
And up to recently, I'm still playing the F1 racing games because I've got PS4 and I've actually gone the full hog. I've got the proper Logitech steering wheel and the GT Amiga racing frame as well. So I can actually sit down in front of a huge TV and I just properly drive all the circuits, which is pretty awesome. So yes, it's been a long way from playing this back in the 90s.
Oh, I know. This was.
It's just.
Well, the Mega Drive was on the horizon. Was that the route you took? 16-bit or?
No, because I bought myself a 6128 Plus. So obviously I had the cartridge slot on it. So I sort of went down that route, and then never really got into sort of consoles till probably the late 90s.
Oh, right, yeah.
Because I was sort of getting a bit frustrated with PC gaming because you're constantly having to spend stupid money and getting a better graphics card for the current games coming out. So I just decided to split my PC stuff from my gaming stuff. So I then went on to playing consoles, and I think I started with the original PlayStation for that, and then moved on to the original Xbox, and then sort of carried on from there really. So PCs have always just been for doing my work and other stuff, and gaming is purely on console hardware because it's just simpler.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, fair enough. I've got all these consoles that I don't really use. The only console I'm using at the moment, really, I'll be dead honest, is my Wii. Got a Nintendo Wii, and I only got that. I used to have one back in the day, and I got one again, and I've hacked it, as you do, and connected up to a hard drive with all the games on it. So, but it's more for the kid. I say the kids. I mean, my kids are grown up, but even now, my daughter still loves to play it, the tennis games and things like that. So, but yeah, anything else I tend to use my PC for. I fell out of gaming after the PlayStation 2. Just when the PlayStation 2 came out, to be honest. Did you have that moment where you just fell out with gaming and just gave up on it for a while?
Well, what I've discovered in my latter years is I have a very short attention span for playing games. There's some games I can play, and they grab you and you can play them for a couple of hours. But some evenings when I think, I'll play the PS2 and play a game on there, and I can do like 5 minutes of it. Like, no, I'm bored of this, and just move on to something else. So it's always been something that I do on the side. I'm not like a hardcore gamer. I know my limits. But yeah, as I say, I have a very short attention span when it comes to gaming, bizarrely.
Well, fair enough. No, fair play to you. Yeah, it's the same. I mean, I tend to play a game, but I don't think I've ever completed a game in my life. Because I don't think I've ever completed a game. I mean, I watched Zai and Novabug doing all these long plays and all that, and I'm thinking, God, I couldn't be asked. I genuinely couldn't be asked to put that much effort into a game. But then again, we didn't have snapshots back in them days, did we? Slight dig. So this is something you got involved in now. I'm going move on to the demo scene. Now, you're going to have to explain all this because maybe not everybody in the chat appreciates it. So, what you were involved in. So, take it away.
So when I left school, went into college, and sort of originally wanted to be a computer programmer. And it was one of the things that I was doing a lot with the Amstrad, with Amstrad Basic. And there's sort of a group of friends that we sort of met through the likes of Amstrad Action and stuff like that, and started coding demos, because actually back in the day you had on the Amstrad you had like log-on systems and stuff like that, guys in France producing awesome stuff. And is my jump from doing basic code into machine code and using assembly language, and just the flexibility and of being able to do stuff like this. I mean, I'd like to take credit for this one that's on the screen. This is the Wolf Demo 3 by one of my friends, and I did a guest part in here. And I think if you sort of move along it, I think my guest part is on the 3rd pod, so not this one. Not the 2nd one. No, not that one. That's right. Yeah. Yes, it's the next one. Yeah. Yeah, I think you either press space or down arrow, or I can't remember how you get into it. I haven't looked at this demo for a couple of months actually, so I can't remember. No, I didn't write the text. No. The guy that wrote this, gentleman called Simon Matthews. Very clever chap. He's now he's a fully qualified surgeon. I think lives out in Australia. So. Yeah, my pseudonym for code writing and demo writing was Doc. Yeah, it's kind of around. It was around the time of you had Young Guns and stuff like that. But it's just a simple acronym of Demon of Code, if I recall. Yeah, so this is using raster volume bars and a simple scroll. Other ones which I think you're going to show, sort of big one I did, which was the television demo. This was done after the television demo, so I got into there you go, one in the same person. Yeah, it's I loaded up some of my code recently and had a look through it, and I haven't got a clue what it does. It's like, but I was so into it, and it was it's quite mind-boggling to look back at. It's like Did I do that? No, couldn't have done. But yeah, the television demo. That sort of has a YouTube channel. Was it Comsoft 128? I think it is. This is a demo group which I set up with the late David Carter, who used to run the Penguin Software public domain library, and he was the guy that, if people remember from back in the day, produced the Amiga graphics slideshows on the Amstrad. So he ported the obviously graphics off the Amiga using a VIDI digitizer. But he was a very good graphic artist, and that's him on the right. There's Pixel, and that's me in my best 90s Louis face.
Yeah, I've seen it, Andrew. Yeah.
Yeah, this is we were working on this, and he died, I think it was in 94, 92, can't remember.
Yeah.
So this was sort of a legacy project which I then carried on and finished and released sort of in his memory, really.
Yeah. It's a long demo, so you have to bear with us, folks. It's but it's awesome that you're involved in it. Have you ever been tempted to go back to the CPC programming wise?
Yes. It's actually, again, yes, it's sort of getting my head into that space of getting back into assembly language. So I've kind of got to reteach myself how I did it.
Yeah.
And yeah, this screen's pretty awesome.
Yeah. Oh yeah, there's plenty going on. Yeah.
But the split screen, mode 2 at the bottom, and mode 0 at the top.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. To be honest, yeah. That's the one thing. We had mode 2, but nobody really took advantage of it. I don't think there was I think there was one single game that used mode 2, and that was it.
Yeah. Well, you've only got 2 colours, haven't you? So.
Well, yes, but you can, like I said, technically to a degree, so's the Spectrum. You know, a lot of the games and the specky ports we got were literally just the 2 colour field and then maybe colour in other places, but the main play area, because of the colour clash, was 2 colours. So, but no, I think it was. I think, and plus with the mode 2, going back to my programming days, you could, use what's the word, stippling effects to get shades of grey, really. So yeah, it's a shame, really. It wasn't taken advantage of, especially 640 by 200. It's quite a high resolution, that. Well, have you seen obviously you've seen what am I talking about, but have you dabbled with this CPC Telera? Have you seen any of that?
No, I haven't actually.
Right, it's what they use for the retro dev stuff. They use CPC Telera to make all these games, and it's all based on C. It's basically C. So all your programming is to the CPC is in C.
Ah.
So yeah, and it's using a lot of library stuff that's already there, but it's something I've had a quick look at, but I've never used C myself. So I don't know if that's something you could look into and have a look at.
Definitely put that on the list to look at. Because seeing some of the stuff that's even being produced now, like by the Batman group,
Yeah.
it's just amazing what they can do now. On 30-odd-year-old hardware.
Mm-hmm. Oh, definitely. Yeah. So yeah, maybe that's. I just wish that all the lessons were in English. If you look at Bob Winner is Mode 2. There we go. That's from Novabug. So yeah, I think that was the only one, Chris, that I'm aware of that used Mode 2, because I did a search on that stuff. Somebody finally prized me out of the dress. Yes, they did. Yes, they did. Technic. There we go. So I shall stop that, and I think what that gives us is a nice little break if you wished to get a drink or go to the toilet.
Well, I mean, I'm okay. I mean, if you need to.
Yeah. Well, what I'm going to do is the announcements that I was telling you about before.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you just bear with me, mate, while I do this. This is something important, guys, something I wanted to share with you. So, here we go. Just bear with me. Greetings and welcome to Community News. I'm your host, Phil McCavity. Okay, in news. I can't see through these bloody glasses, you know. Let's have a look. There's all my stuff. Here we go. Now then, there has been reports of an imposter. Yes, an imposter of me. Trolling the internet. If you see this, young lady, please, inform the local police. My solicitors are already on the case, and yes, as you can see, it looks nothing like me, but there you go. In other news, guys, I'm going to take my glasses off for this one. Cheers. Right, on a serious note, guys, next week is going to be my final stream. Something has come up in my personal life that needs addressing, and what that means is I won't have time to do the streaming. It needs my full attention. There's a few people in the community that I'm very close to that already know what's going on, and I messaged them all this morning. Nothing to worry about. What that means is next week is going to be my final Sunday stream. Now, if anybody wishes to take my slot, please feel free. I will still be doing videos. I will... Yes, thank you, Chris. Don't get me crying. And yeah, I'll still be doing videos and uploading videos. I'm still going to be doing guest appearances on Chris and Zypho and whoever else needs my help with. I've got a few things planned with. I've got one planned with Rachel as well. So I'm not disappearing. I'm just taking a step back because it's pretty important for me to do so at this time. I'm getting emotional. The idea of this stream was to cheer everybody up through the dark times we've had with this outbreak. So this has kind of naturally come to the end already. This is naturally come to an end anyway as things are opening up. and but yeah, so sorry, I'm trying not to read the chat because I will get emotional. But I will be back. I do have a couple of series ideas that I'm going to pick up in the future. It's literally just me taking a step back for a while we try and get things sorted out. Like I said, I'm not going into detail on it because we don't want it public knowledge of what's going on. But yeah, it's one of those things that if it comes across anybody, you would just drop everything for. So yeah, I will still be appearing now and then, and I certainly will still be joining in Zypho streams, Novable streams, of course, when and where I can, because you've got to bear in mind I've also got to work in between all this, and I've just starting my new job tomorrow. I've had like a sideways promotion to another house where so I've got that as well. But anyway, so that, yeah, it's a bit of a downer, I know, guys, but I will be back. I promise you I will be back, and I will be still uploading videos. So yeah, it's nice to get a break. You're right, John, thank you. So in other news when I find it, there it is. It's on. It is on. We've had confirmation that Play Expo is on the 23rd to the 24th of October. It's already been sorted. I've booked my tickets already for the Norbreck. I know that Sir Bug himself has also booked his tickets. Just let me make that smaller and put it over there. So guys, it is on. So what that means is I'm definitely going to be there. I've booked it. I can taste the hangovers like you said. Please, if you can, get there. It's going to be a scream. I've booked. I think Andrea told me that she's booked. Have you booked already, Andrea? There we go. Yeah. So Andrea's booked as well. There's a few of us already booked. So we're going to be there. I know Zypho's organising as well. What would be awesome is if all of us meet up at Play Blackpool on the 23rd, 26th. Hopefully all this bullshit with masks and social distancing will be over, and we can all give ourselves a bloody good hug and say, well done, we survived the bullshit that we've been through for the past 2 years. So there we go. Please, guys, anybody struggling to get there or anything like that, I'm sure everybody in the community will pull together. I spoke to Andrea if I may be picking herself and Chris, her husband, up from the train station because I'm driving up. Bug Army and Squad group picture would be awesome. It's going to be awesome. It really is. It's going to be a blow off. It really is. We're going to be so hammered. We're probably going to be ill for years later. But it's a defo for me, and please, guys, if you can, get down there. Now, the idea of this show partially was for everybody to get to know each other and see what each other looks like in person, so we're not strangers when we get a meet-up. This one's been confirmed, so I can't wait. And no worries, Anna, but like I said, we're all there to help each other get there just for the event. It'll be definitely awesome. I've been considering what I've just previously announced. This picked me up so much today. It really did. I've been absolutely bouncing with joy as soon as I found out from Chris. And I can't wait. Yep, Simon can't wait. It's going to be fucking awesome. Let's just be honest. It's going to be awesome. everybody get together. What would be another awesome thing, and this Novabug won't mind me doing this, but if those who are members of the Bug Army, if you had a Bug Army hat on or a Bug Army t-shirt, and we all wore it to Blackpool, and we just basically take the whole place up, that'd be an awesome thing as well. I'm definitely going to be wearing the hat, and my missus is going. She'll be wearing the t-shirt as well as me. So, yeah, if you've not got the hats and all that, please wear it and bring it on the day. That would be awesome. I can just see us all now taking over the bar in the Norbreck with all our gear on. That would be fucking awesome. So, that's the community news. Thank you guys for that little bit of time. And I shall go back to here. Thank you for that, buddy. Oh, hello. There he is with his Bug Army hat. So, will you be wearing that on the day, sir?
Absolutely, sir.
There we go. Yeah, absolutely fantastic. Yeah, beautiful, beautiful stuff. All right, I'll put them glasses down. I'll take you off big screen. So, here we go. So, what we are now moving on to, thank you for everybody's message, by the way, in the chat. I know a lot of you understand. And there's a salute there for Major Green from... yeah, a full rimmer salute. Fantastic stuff. Now then, we're going to move over to those things that we used to do. We used to rush home from school, and we used to put the old idiot box on, and we'd be glued to it. Whether we did our homework or not was another matter. TV came first. And your choices were for TV. Now, I may have to be careful on this. As people know, I tend to get... I bet the BBC are glad I'm going to stop streaming for a bit. Although they'll be bored not knowing who to ban next. Well, so we'll start with the first one. And, of course, this is a favourite of mine. So tell me, sir... why did this one and not Swap Shop?
Well, Tiswas was just unadulterated fun. I mean, just look at the chaos that they caused. I mean, obviously, it was a breakthrough show for likes of Lenny Henry, being one of the early black comedians to make it big. It was just madness for a Saturday morning as a kid. You're glued to it.
Yeah, definitely. And Sally James, I'm sorry, she was fucking gorgeous. I would do her now, no matter how old she is and what she looks like, just off those memories.
She'll probably take her teeth out and everything for you now.
Oh, fantastic. Yeah. And I'd love to know... oh, there she's in a bunny suit. Oh, my God. Yeah. It was pure chaos, wasn't it? You compared that to... yeah, feck off BBC. Oh, Sally James, indeed. Yeah, if you compare that to what was on the other side, and it was Noel Edmonds' multicoloured swap shop where kids were saying, I want to swap my my little house brick for a scale electric. With their unrealistic swaps and all that. Yeah, it was two different worlds, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think I remember because I live sort of in the Woking area. I had most of my life, and I remember the swap shop being on. They came to, I think it was a leisure centre in Woking. Mm. They did a live outside broadcast, and we sort of went along to that. And but Tiswas was just totes amazing. That came out of I think it was Central TV. Did that. And if I recall, because my family come from the Midlands, Tiswas actually started off as like a Saturday morning cartoon show, and it then turned into the behemoth that it turned into. So yeah, lots of fun memories watching that. And obviously, the Phantom Fan Flinger, which I don't think anyone ever knew who he was.
No, I often wondered who he was, if it was who was behind the mask. Yeah, it was a fantastic show. And like you said, it was just unbridled chaos. I mean, it's like, Central Television said, right, what are kids into? Everything and shit. And pure chaos, because it's what they cause. And then they just televised it. I'm sorry, Swap Shop didn't have a fucking hope, did it? No competition.
And off from Tiswas was OTT, which was the adult version.
Yeah, I never got to see that. I actually never got to see it, which I'm gutted about now. And I think I should be able to find it on YouTube somewhere. I may revisit that.
Yeah.
And have a look to see what I missed out on. Yeah, definitely watch that. So, do you think Noel Edmonds was really pissed off when he was up against that? Because I just can't see him getting it.
Yeah, I mean, that's it was the BBC, darling. Everything's prim and proper. They can't have all this chaos going on.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, yeah.
Sort of in the latter years, in more modern times, you've had likes of Anton Deck doing, was it SMTV Live, which is kind of like a modern day version of it.
Yeah. Well, this is it. Like plenty of sketches and things like that, and just like we said, pure chaos. It was just dynamite TV for us kids, and I'm sure there was plenty of buckets of water or confetti thrown around houses back in them day, and shaving foam flans made and distributed towards siblings.
Yeah, John Gase is just saying, I thought ATV became central. Yeah, they did. ATV was the original regional TV program station, which then obviously became central when they started to lump things together. And Thames and LWT down this way.
Yeah. Apparently, Brian Hooper says we had to watch Swap Shop because Tiswas sent my brother Loopy once he had drank all his E numbers. Oh dear. Now, your second choice, it should be coming up. Now, this one needs no introduction, and it does link into something later on.
Aha! I think a few people on Recollections have mentioned this TV show. So it's late 80s, early 90s. Would come home from school or college and just stick this on the telly. And just be entertained for 20 minutes or however long the episode was. Yeah.
Now, was this again a springboard for you for the toys?
I never really had the toys.
Wow.
The only thing I did was because there was the accompanying comic that was released, and I sort of collected all those, and then years back I actually got rid of them, which is a bit of a dough moment, considering where I am now and what I do.
Yeah,
it's just what as a bigger adult, I've certainly made up for it with what I do now.
Yeah. And we can come into that later when we do the show and tell, etc. Your third choice of TV program is, let's have a look again, another favourite of everybody, including myself. What drew you to this one?
I think this was something that was either on a Saturday morning or a Sunday tea time. I can't remember. But it was just it's Jerry Anderson.
Yeah.
And it was just the things like Windsor Davis was a voice artist on this.
Yeah.
And you basically had they were the, I can't remember the name, but they were just the bull robots.
Yeah, the Zoids.
growing up with watching things like Some Mothers Do Have 'Em and the Carry On films. Windsor Davis, he's a fantastic actor.
Oh yeah, fantastic. Yeah, it ain't half hot, Mum. I used to love that.
And just you'd recognise his voice anywhere.
Yeah.
But one of the things, because you've obviously got Zelda, who's the evil woman, and her son, trying to defeat the Terrorhawks, and I've always remembered the voice of the son. Yeah.
It was like somebody gargling water. There we go. Well, you use water, I use spit.
I was just wetting my palate.
Fantastic. But yeah, it was. It was quite funny, really, because the side story. He ended up with this girl as well, his girlfriend, his fiance or whatever, and her hair kept flipping off, which was hysterical. Well, let's have a look what the chat's saying. Starfleet had the edge for Brian. Old Windsor Davis was great. He was boyo, wasn't he? He was a Welshman, like myself.
JD.
Right. So we shall move on to normal TV now, and that's it. The play button and. Awesome theme tune. I'm gonna have to turn these down because I know I'm gonna get copyrighted on all of this. I always do. But The Professionals, what a TV series that was in the 70s.
Early 80s.
Yeah.
Lewis Collins, who's sadly no longer with us.
Isn't it? Oh, dear.
Yeah, he died a few years back.
All right. What a show.
It was the one game that we played in the playgrounds. And I might, if I had a pot of money and I could only buy one car, it would be the Ford Capri 2.8 injection with two-tone colours on it.
Right.
Because it was the car of the professionals, and every playtime at school we'd be out pretending to be Bodie and Doyle, driving around in our Capris.
Yeah.
It's just and even now, if I ever catch it on one of the TV channels, it's just good to watch. I mean, purely just for Martin Shaw's hair. That's just awesome.
Oh yeah, definitely. It's funny, really. I've started watching this again recently. It's on Forces TV, I think it is. One of my service users, who's a lot older than me, loves it. So it's always on when I'm looking after him. And again, and I will confess, I had 3 Capris.
Lucky bug.
I had 3 Capris. I had a 1.6. Then I went up to a 2 litre S, and then I went up to a 3 litre S, the sports models, and I love those cars. My dream car has and always will be a South African Mark 1 Capri with a V8 engine in it, because they had a V8.
That was because they were basically copying the muscle cars of the States, weren't they, at the time?
Oh yeah, it was the British Mustang, wasn't it, the Capri? I've got huge love for. I've got a photo somewhere. I think it's on my Facebook of my first Capri, and I'll have to dig it out. Yeah, but Capris were amazing cars. Absolutely amazing cars. The back end would fly everywhere. Absolutely fun. Rear wheel drive. The police used to have them, and they used to have to put sandbags in the 2.8s they had. They used to have to put sandbags over the wheel arches to keep the back end down. What a fun! None of these safety features. But yeah, again, they demand huge money nowadays.
Oh yeah.
And of course, Martin Sheen had the RS2000 as well, the Escort RS2000.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah. So
I think the original show cars are still in existence. They are sort of floating about in private collector hands.
Yeah.
They are still out.
And what's he called now? The boss. Oh shit! What's he called? The boss.
George Cow, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the character name.
Yeah, he was always in the Ford Granada.
Yeah. Back when they used to build proper cars.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I've been in nearest I've never driven any of these cars, but the nearest I've got several years back, there was a guy I used to work with, and he used to have a Capri, and so the nearest I got to driving that was being a passenger in it.
Yeah.
I think going up to it could have been like a Bon Jovi concert or something in Milton Keynes. So never got to drive it, but it was just awesome being in it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, fabulous cars they were. Absolutely fabulous. Unfortunately, the wings used to rot like buggery, but you know.
Yeah, show it off, it was just rust. Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah. It was just lightened for speed. That's what I call the rust.
Engine still attached to the gearbox. What more do you need?
Exactly. Now, here's another one. Right. Let's see who gets it first in the chat. Off the intro. Let's see who comes in first. Come on, chat. What's this program? Gotta wait for the delay. No. Here we go. Anna wins. Well done, Anna. Here we go. Yeah, it's coming in now. Yeah, the equalizer. Yeah, hats off to Anna for spotting that one. This one first. The equalizer. Well done, my love. Sex in the City from Saint Nick. Super. So you've got a guy that looks like he should be drawing his pension, running round saving the day.
Yeah, the quintessential English actor.
Yeah,
Woodward. Yeah, it's just enjoying watching back in the day. In fact, I've just seen a very good friend of mine, The Equalizer. It was his all-time favourite, I believe. Yeah, I remember watching many an episode of that as we grew up.
Yeah. So, what drew you to it? Was it literally just the revenge? Because that's basically what it was. People getting revenge.
Even if you're watching now, you're kind of like, oh yeah, this is a bit. And when I know they sort of respun it, and you've got was it 2 films now? They've spun off it. So it's just just one guy against all the bad guys. As he drove around in I think it was a Jaguar. I think he drove around in. And yeah, it was just an Englishman in New York. It's probably not where it was based. I can't remember where it was based. But yeah, it's just one of those kids in my young adult life watching that.
Yeah,
it would be on late at night as well.
It would. Yeah,
because obviously past the watershed. But
Oh, hello, Equalizer. Oh, right, I've just seen Equalizer. Yeah. So, do you know this person, the Equalizer? So, I assume you've pre-warned him that it was going to be shown on here.
Actually, didn't tell him about it. I just told him that I'm doing the live stream.
Well, there you go, mate. There you go. Yeah, hence my channel name. So, welcome, Equalizer.
He's still promoting his. It was New York. Yeah, he's self-promoting his YouTube channel.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine, mate. That's fine. No problem at all. No problem at all. It was certainly. It was a good show. It was, the Jag, of course. Yeah. I had a Jag, right? Yeah. So that's. I'll stop talking to you. I'll talk to him because he knows more. Right. Everybody except the Equalizer. You're not allowed to answer this one. Who wrote the music? Let's see if we've got any people that know, other than Equalizer.
He will know exactly who wrote it.
Yeah, well, I know who wrote it. So let's see if anybody can guess who wrote the music for it. No.
Hey?
See if there's any more guesses in the chat. Yeah, I thought you were the Equalizer. Yeah.
Well, tell us then. Come on then.
Jeff Wayne. Right. Gary Newton. Right. It's a gentleman from a band. Let's just say the good old boys in blue have something to do with it. So I'll let Equalizer put you out of your misery. Go on, mate. You put it in the chat.
Got all shy.
Come on, guys. Come on, Equalizer. Put them out of their misery.
Equalizer. Who wrote the theme tune for the Equalizer?
There is a delay we have to wait for. Yeah, close.
Who was it?
Yeah, everybody was close. There we go. Stuart Copeland. Yeah. I think my hints of the boys in blue gave it away. But yeah, it was Stuart Copeland wrote the music for that. So there we go. So there we go. So Equalizer, if you're not a mod, are you a mod on my channel, Simon?
I'm not, no.
Right. If Equalizer or yourself puts, I'll tell you what, in my Discord, put a link to his YouTube channel or whatever channel he's got, and then one of my mods will pick it up and put it in the chat, if possible.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I remember the theme tune's quite a haunting sound.
It is very haunting. Yeah, very haunting. Interesting as well. Interesting piece. So what's happening is Simon's putting the link in my Discord, and if one of the mods can pick it up and put it in the chat so that everybody can have the opportunity to link to it and subscribe. Oh, no, SG. Thank you so much, mate. Oh, don't get me emotional now. Yeah, I'm next back Sunday. Next Sunday is my last one, mate. But thank you so much for that, buddy. I appreciate it. I really do.
That's what, Stu.
Oh. Oh, it's much appreciated, buddy. So hopefully eventually the link will come up in the chat. Here we go. Novelbug's done it for me. There you go. So there's a link to Equalizer's YouTube channel. Yeah, thanks, Anna.
He does lots of repair videos.
Oh, superb.
Some action stuff in there and some really bizarre stuff that he's repaired.
Fantastic, yeah. So please, everybody, if you can, go and give a sub and check out the channel and of the Equalizer. There you go, mate. You come on here. His wife comes on, she gets innuendos. You come on, mate, and you get subs. There you go, just sub. There we go. So, yeah, that's what we do here in this community. We look after each other. Now, moving on to movies. Now, there's a bloody lot of these. You chose 5 movies.
Yep.
5 movies. You know, the list said 3, but he chose 5. I know where his Equalizer. And I think I got them in chromatic order. So, chronological order. Chromatic. I'm thinking about music stuff. Yeah. Yeah, it's not fair. Sorry, Joe. Joe, do you have a YouTube channel, sweetie? Does she have a YouTube channel or anything?
I think she does. She'll pop into the chat if she. I'm sure she has. Yeah, she. Because what Joe does, she does train the trainer online.
Train the trainer. Okay. Yeah.
So she actually deals with a lot of corporates.
Oh, I get you. Yeah. So, is it anything interesting that we'd be interested in, or is it maybe
if they're into learning how to do online training?
Ah, right. I get you.
Yeah.
I get you. Well, Joe, have a different channel. Have a different thing. Have a fun one. Have a fun one instead of a work one. And then we can push it. I understand train the trainer. I'm a teacher in a past life. So I understand all that. But yeah, if Joe, if you put a link or somebody puts a link in my Discord for that, and I will, and people can have a look in there and maybe see if it's maybe something they're interested in. Certainly, it's something I know about and etc. So I'll certainly have a look. So if that can be done, that'd be awesome. And right, let's get on to the movies because I'm aware of time. Let's have a look. Now, first one is in, of course, and
Hello, Ghostbusters.
This is the greatest film of all time. And I'm not afraid to say that. People will have their opinions. But this is the first film I ever saw at a cinema. Released in June 1984.
Mm-hmm.
Ghostbusters.
Yeah, what a film. I actually had it on the other night. Again, God knows how many times. How many times have you watched it now?
Over the years, lost count.
We've lost count.
Absolutely lost count. Used to, when it was on the TV, record it onto VHS and just watch it over and over and over again. Yeah, just some of the quotes. There's a huge portion of the film which was just completely ad-libbed. Things like when they come out of the ballroom after they've just destroyed the ballroom, catching Slimer. On all the extras that you see on all the later Blu-ray releases. Bill Murray does numerous takes coming out saying different phrases every single time. The one they used for the film was, we came, we saw, we kicked its ass.
Yeah. I have to agree, it's an awesome film. It really is. It really, really is. Brilliant film. Absolutely loved it. I still love it now. Where do you stand on number 2?
Ghostbusters 2, yeah, good. I mean, there's still lots of good stuff in that. The film that divides people is the third one, which is also known as GB 2016, Answer the Call. You've got Melissa McCarthy and Leslie Jones, and I can't remember the other one. But basically, the female version of Ghostbusters, where they're trying to reboot the franchise, and it has divided a lot of people. As a standalone film for the current generation, works fine. You can sit down, watch it, be entertained, but it's not the sort of film you go back and watch again and again and again.
Yeah.
But obviously, what everyone is currently waiting for is the proper third.
Yes, I'm glad you said proper third. I think you can guess where I stand on the 2016 thing.
Interesting fact, if you didn't know, was there was a script for an official third sequel written, but it actually turned into Evolution, which had David Coffey in it, and that was the original third script.
Right.
That they didn't want to. I think the studios didn't want to make it at the time, so they didn't want to waste the script, so they tweaked it and turned it into Evolution.
I get you. Oh, that's interesting. There's a fact for you folks. There's a fact for you. Now, yeah. So unfortunately, a 2016 film didn't happen. It didn't happen because the third film is the next one that's coming out.
Yeah, that's due for release. Hopefully, if they don't move again, is June this year.
Yeah, which I will be seeing. It's one of those films you have to go and see in the cinema. Definitely, and it's it's not been feminized.
A true sequel, and
Yes.
it was it's been written and directed by Jason Reitman,
Yeah,
who is Ivan Reitman's son.
Yeah,
And Jason Reitman was in Ghostbusters 2. He was the kid at the kids' party that stood up and said, "My dad says you guys are full of shit."
yeah. Absolutely awesome. Absolutely awesome. Right, I'm going to scoot through these films so we can get to the one-to-one stuff, the personal stuff. So again, this one's a pretty straightforward one. I'm hoping I got these in chronological order, so I might have messed up on this one.
Yeah, I think this was 87.
Yeah, and then the one after it I think was 85, so I might have screwed that up. But of course it's the Top Gun, and again a sequel coming out soon, Maverick.
Yes, can't wait for that.
Yeah, it should be interesting. There we go. People are saying 86. Fair enough. But yeah, it's a good film. Again, it was one of those that was class of its own.
Yeah, Kev Howe saying I preferred Hot Shots.
Yeah. Well,
And
Hot Shots was my humour.
Hot Shots Part 2 was better.
Mm-hmm.
It was like Charlie Sheen and Emilio Estevez.
Yeah. Yeah, some cracking music in this, of course, and most of it using the Yamaha DX7. If anybody's a musician, a lot of it based around the Yamaha DX7 FM synthesizer, which was the synth of the 80s.
Harold Faltermeyer did a lot of film work.
Yeah, he did. And again, moving on to the next one, let's have a look. Here we go. Yeah. Now, this is a Christmas movie. Do you agree?
Absolutely.
Thank God for that. Otherwise, we'd be falling out. Yes, it's one of the best Christmas movies ever made. Of course, it's Die Hard. Bruce Willis.
And the old saying is, you know, it's not Christmas until you see Hans Gruber falling from the Nakatomi Plaza.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. It's a amazing film. Absolutely amazing film. Didn't like the sequels, I'll be dead honest with you. Wasn't overly keen on the sequels. Loved the original. Because it had that, you know, he wasn't a hero that was invulnerable. You know, like a Mary Sue. I mean, you saw him getting injured. You saw, you know, even when he had to run across the glass in bare feet, kind of thing. It made him more human, which I loved.
Yeah, and obviously Sergeant Al Powell. You know, he's moved on. Actually, no, I think just after that, because he was in Ghostbusters. No, he was in Ghostbusters. The actor that played Sergeant Al Powell.
Yeah.
He was a police officer when they were in the jail cell.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, it's definitely a Christmas film, that one.
Definitely a Christmas film, definitely. I totally agree with you. And this is one you've mentioned before. Any particular reason this one stands out?
Yeah, Young Guns 2. I say far better than the original, which I think a lot of people do agree on. And it's a film I keep meaning to go back and watch. I haven't seen it for ages.
Mm-hmm.
You got Keith Sutherland, Emilio Estevez, and yeah, it's just a proper story about Billy the Kid, and yeah, it's. I think I might have to watch that this week now.
Yeah. It's going to be yeah. This is it. You watch, you do see these, and you think, oh God, I'm going to have to watch this now.
Yeah.
But yeah, great song also. Yeah.
Young Guns 2 had the soundtrack done by Bon Jovi.
Yeah, they actually want Bon Jovi did a song called "Wanted Dead or Alive," and they wanted to use that, and John Bon Jovi refused. So he said, "I'll write you one." So I'll write you one, but because he didn't want to use "Wanted." Just as a little fact there.
Yeah, it was done just under his name, so it was John Bon Jovi.
Yeah.
Music.
Yeah. Because they obviously Wanted Dead or Alive has got a fantastic opening riff with a 12-string. Awesome bit of gear. So I shall knock that one off. And your other choice obviously was Back to the Future as well. Was one of the other, but I think I forgot to play that one. Not to worry. So that would have made it 6. But not to worry, because what I want to do now is move over onto the big screen, sir.
Ooh.
Now, there we go. We're onto the big screen. Let's just get a little bit personal now. Now I've been gentle with you. Maybe get a bit rougher with you now. So, you mentioned before about, it's, about what you do now. It's linked up to stuff. So can you just explain to people what you actually do?
Right. So that was from the real Ghostbusters, and obviously the first film I ever saw at the cinema was Ghostbusters, the greatest film in the world ever. Blah blah blah. So as a big boy, I've now been able to indulge myself in becoming a cosplayer, and I cosplay as a Ghostbuster. And I've been doing that now for about 5-6 years. Mm-hmm. And the really cool thing about the Ghostbusters is you don't have to be one of the 4 Ghostbusters. Yeah. So you don't have to be Stan, you don't have to be Egon Spengler. Everyone is a Ghostbuster. So your name badge is your own name. And then what a lot of guys do across the world is they set up franchises. So I actually set up the Surrey Ghostbusters. You can find us on Facebook. And when we're allowed out, we go out and we do Comic Cons, and we try and help raise money for good charities. The last charity we worked with was the Kent, Surrey and Sussex Air Ambulance, and I think over 1 year we raised about £450.
Awesome.
About that.
Awesome.
It's just amazing, and you know, wherever we go out, people know exactly who we are. You know, just hear kids go, oh, "It's a Ghostbuster," and it's just like, "Yep, done that one."
Yeah.
And yes, because personally, I'm quite a quiet person. I mean, Joe will know, the Equalizer will know, and you know, I'm always the guy that sits in the corner. Yes, thanks FC for that. But yeah, I find with doing the cosplay, you know, I'm out there and I just have an absolute ball of the time. Made some awesome friends doing it, and yeah, as I said, I've sort of invested time and money. I've bought myself a kit for a proton pack, which I would have shown you tonight, but I haven't got the largest room here to have that to hand to bring up. It's a beast. It weighs 13 kilos. It's got full sound and lights on it, and it's loud. It's very loud. So just firing it up is you just have the vibrations running down your back as it fires up. It's amazing.
Yeah, it is an amazing piece of kit. Now, you did show it us on one of the after parties, I remember.
Yeah.
It was fucking... we were all just gobsmacked when we saw it. Absolutely. Yeah. You got a little piece of it, though, I believe, to show us.
Yeah. This is so in line with the Afterlife film coming out. Hasbro Toys have released an updated version of what was the Mattel ones, like a cheaper plastic version of. But we have
one of these beasties.
Yes, the Proton one itself, and this one should be able to hear it.
Oh. No, can't hear it, but... No, still not picking it up for some reason. Don't know why. Have you tried switching it off and on again?
On and off.
Yeah. But no, it's an amazing bit of kit, that. Absolutely amazing.
Yeah, so this is effectively a display piece. But yeah, I have got a proper one with the full backpack and stuff, and yeah, I'd say just have an awesome time.
Yeah.
There's lots of people in the fandom that always get screen accurate and all this and all that. It's just like, well, no, I've made it. It's Ghostbuster pack. 99% of people go, oh, it's Ghostbuster. He's got a proton pack. You know.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm all about having the fun. I'm not about, you know, there has to be 3 screws in that, and it's just too anal.
Yeah. No, it is an amazing piece. It really is. Like I said, I've seen it myself. Like I said, you showed it on one of the after parties, and we were literally gobsmacked when we saw it, and all the sound effects and all that. Yeah. Let's have a look. Joe's there backing you up there, saying it's screen accurate with great light and sound effects. It really is. And not forgetting that modified trap I made for you, according to the Equalizer.
Oh, so yeah, that was it was actually a Kenner toy. So it's the because in line with the Real Ghostbusters, they released a load of Real Ghostbuster toys with it, and one of them was a trap. And yes, the Equalizer modified it. I think he changed the light in it to an LED and put a lithium-ion battery in it. But yeah, it's yeah, there's technology for doing stuff, and it's all sort of driven from like Arduino stuff. And yeah, it's just totally amazing. And I've made a couple of packs as well for friends, based on because Spirit Halloween, which is an American company, released like a child's version of the Proton pack with
All
a
right.
very basic light and sound kit in it. But what people now do is they take them, strip them down, repaint them, and then put better electronics into them. And I've done a couple of those as well.
Yeah.
And yeah, first time they put them on and fire them up, it's just like you just see the kid come out in them. It's good feeling.
Yeah.
Very good feeling.
Yeah. Was there anything else you had for show and tell? I can't remember now.
Right. Part of, I mean, obviously, every fan of a film will they'll collect memorabilia to do with the films.
Mm-hmm.
I like to go left field in actually collecting memorabilia from the films.
Mm-hmm.
So most people get hold of a proton pack or a trap or the flight suit or something like that. But I always look for the really quirky things within the film. And I've got a couple to show you.
Yeah, go for it.
So from the first film, just to set the scene, it's when they come out of the bank after they've just remortgaged Ray's family home to pay for starting the business.
Yeah.
And they're walking out. Egon Spengler is walking along and he's working out the interest rate.
Yeah.
On the calculator. And that's one of the props that I've got.
Wow.
Which is a really tiny Casio calculator. Teachy little thing.
Yeah.
That's just like that's probably one of my best sort of props I've got from that was used in the film.
Yeah, that's well cool. Yeah.
And what else have I got? I've got in Ghostbusters 2.
Mm-hmm.
If you remember, they got the Statue of Liberty to move.
Yeah.
And obviously they played Jackie Wilson.
Yeah.
Together moving. And what they used was a Sony WMB-39 Walkman.
Yeah. Excellent stuff. Yeah. So that's the exact model they had, yeah?
That they used in the film, yeah.
That they used in the film. Brilliant.
Yeah.
Brilliant, yeah. Now, just going back onto Walkmans and music, God, that's, I was going to say that I know, because I've been looking into Walkmans myself, and bloody hell, they're not cheap.
No, I mean, this one's in, kind of repairing it. I've got to recap it. It doesn't quite work properly.
Oh, right.
Yeah, I'll have to get it to work. So I've also got from Ghostbusters 2 as well, from the children's party, the Sony cassette player that they use in the film. I've got one of those as well, and that does work. That's
what model was that? Because I know I've got a few Sonys myself. What model was it? Do you remember?
I can't remember the model number off the top of my head. But yeah, they don't come up often on eBay. But yeah, I've got one of those. It's fully working. I've taken it to conventions.
Yeah.
Playing the Ghostbusters theme tune out of it because it's just because I can.
Yeah, you'll have to do when you find the model number out. Just send me a message on Discord so I know which model it is. Because I do like my Sony stereos, like boom boxes and stuff like that. So yeah, definitely send me that.
And obviously, again in Ghostbusters 2, when they are moving the Statue of Liberty, one of the contraptions that they come up with, they actually use a joystick controller to move her.
Yeah.
And a lot of people will recognise this. It's a Nintendo NES Advantage controller.
All right, yeah. Well, they're pretty easy to get hold of, I should imagine.
Yeah, and then what a lot of the prop builders do, they then build that. There's like an additional board of random components go onto it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that probably still works. I must try that on my stairs actually.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Oh, yeah, let's have a look now. Let's have a look. I'm just scrolling back up a minute.
Yeah.
I'm sure I saw
If anyone wants to see the full size proton pack, I'll drop a link in to our Facebook page.
Yeah, definitely, mate. Definitely, mate. Yeah.
And then we've
Yeah.
got loads of stuff up on there.
Well, yeah, if you
Once
want-
we're allowed back out from the human malware, we'll.
Yeah. Well, if you want, like I says, if you want to pop it into my Discord now, mate, and then one of my mods can throw it into the chat.
Actually, yeah, I'll be able to just stick it into the chat.
Well, yeah, with it being Facebook, it might be all right. Let's have a look. Have a go. Have a go. Because I know Novabug himself is gonna want to see it. Is it letting you?
Well, hasn't complained. I can see it in the chat.
Let's have a look. I'm just waiting for my chat to catch up. You've already seen it, yeah. All right, no worries. Are my eyes shot because I can't see it?
Yeah, it's also not going through.
Is it not refreshed? Nova wants to borrow it. There you go. Well, I tell you what would be extra cool. What would be extra cool if you wore your gear to play Blackpool?
Yeah, I could do, but it might get in the way of drinking.
Well, you don't wear it while you're drinking. Just for the crack. Just wandering about. That'd be fucking awesome.
Yeah, that'd be the logistics. But yeah, I'm sure we could sort something out.
There we go. So, did that link come up in the chat, folks? I couldn't see it.
I don't think it did. I dropped it into Discord, so if one of the mods can grab it.
Yeah, please, one of the mods, if you can do me a favour, just... No. Yeah, okay. If one of the mods can jump in and just put the link in me chat so people can click on it and get access to it. What I'll do is all these links on the video once I've made it safe for viewing, because no doubt I'm going to get bloody strikes as usual. Copyright things. So, yeah, I'll pop it in the video description as well. But yeah, so hopefully one of the mods will pick that up and put it in for you. So my chat is really running slow for some reason on here. Might be because I'm streaming as well, but there we go. Andrea's done it for me. Thank you, Andrea, you little lifesaver you are. Much appreciated. So there it is. It's in the chat now. Andrew's put it in. So give it a click and have a look. See at Simon's big pack. There we go. There we go. Yeah, and Retro and Lumps put it in as well. And Novo. There you go. Yeah. There we go. It's hammered. Fantastic. That's what I like. Well, sir, there we are. We're coming to the end now, sir. I'm going to have to call it. Because I need to get... I've got work in the morning, unfortunately. And I've got lots to sort out at work. But big thank you for finally getting on and spending time with me and with all the... with everybody, really, in the community. One thing I will say is this community, and I hope you agree with me, is fucking awesome.
Yeah, I mean, I've been sort of in this community for probably come up to 2 years now, and yeah, everyone is just completely mad and bonkers, talk complete bollocks at each other, and we just have a good crack, especially on the after parties.
Yeah. The after parties are something to behold and something to be part of, guys. If you don't get a chance to. If you get a chance to join in on, it's usually on a Saturday night on Novabug's Discord. So absolutely, it'd be lovely if you can join us on there. Let's have a look. of course, let's give some love to Andrea now, please, people in the chat. Andrea's the one that keeps me sane and helps me get these things together. So I want absolute loads of love to Andrea, and I certainly owe her a few drinks when we get to Blackpool. And I can't wait for us to all meet up. I'm still buzzing about the Blackpool thing, I'll be dead honest. Yeah, I will be coming back, FC. It's just something's come up that I need to focus on, buddy. But yeah, big thank you to Andrea, and of course, big thank you to my guests, and a big thank you to you guys for sticking with me through this series, which has been awesome. Next week now is going to be, again, the final one. I think it's Fibble-san next week. I think he's my final guest. So it'll be good for you all to join in there. That'd be muchly appreciated if you do. And I'll let you say goodbye, Simon, to everybody.
Yeah, obviously support the Bug Army, and see anyone who hasn't already, give that like button a big spank. We'd like to see that pop up.
Oh,
and,
that'd be lovely.
Yeah, it's been an absolute blast this evening. As I said to Phil earlier on, there's no planning. I've just got to wing it because we just sitting there reminiscing about the old days during the war.
Yeah.
Yeah, but thanks to all the great comments. Big thanks to Andrea. She's Phil's right hand man.
Yeah.
Woman.
Yeah.
But yeah. And yeah, really can't wait until play Blackpool. Where we'll. With the delay, I've just seen your hand gesture, Phil. I can't wait till play Blackpool, sink a few dinners, and just have a brilliant weekend up in Blackpool. Yeah, so it's good night from me.
Super. Thank you for that, buddy. And also, it's going to be a good night from him. But the again, new designs on the merch shop tonight. There. Right, the link for the merch shop is in. So please, guys, if you can, if it's within your budget to get some merch, Bug Army merch, because it'd be awesome, like we said, if we were all wearing it when we get there, and piss off all the big YouTubers, because a smaller channel like Novabugs has got a bigger following of people wearing his shirt would be fucking awesome. So yeah, no, I love it. I love I always plug Nova's stuff, and obviously there you can see in the censor stream. I'll do all my thank yous to everybody next week on the final stream rather than now. As you can understand, it'll be more apt then. But right, okay, he's doing 3 new designs tonight for fun. So that's 2, Phil. That's 3. Let's count. Believe it or not, I was a maths teacher. Tonight for fun. So hang on until they are up. I assume Novabug will put them in his Discord so that we can. That'd be awesome. So he'll notify us when they're available. So yeah, if you are going to buy, hang fire. There is 3 new designs going up. I certainly will be ordering because I've worn out my Bug Army shirt, so I need a new one. Right. So all that now leaves really is for me to say for this week, Yellowbelly out.